up, guys? Dr. Mo here, digital nomad physician at digitalnomadphysician.com, and you can find me on LinkedIn under Mohammed Ashori MD. Last name is Ashori. So let's talk about billing, financial transactions, how to get paid by your clients. Now, there are three things that I'm doing that I definitely have to figure out a solution to get paid by my customer. Number one, I run my own virtual primary care practice. Number two, I do heart health coaching. And number three, I do general consulting in the healthcare space. So let's start with number three. You could do many ways. You could do it in many different you could create many different systems to accomplish this. But to me, automating something makes the most sense. So for example, you can use Google Workspace and send your calendar to someone and then send an automated message to them and then send them to your PayPal. And you have to do a lot of connections. It's messy. You could do just through PayPal. You can have a PayPal business account and you can send an invoice to someone after the fact. And that's one way of doing it. To me, probably the simplest thing is that first time that I connect with someone to bill them for the interaction. So the way I accomplish it is with Calendly, CALENDLY.com, Calendly. And the reason it's so effective is because my actual personal calendar is connected to Calendly. So when somebody wants that initial 15-minute free conversation, which I always include, by the way, that's probably one of the things that has helped me quite a lot, is I include that initial 15-minute free consultation. And it protects me a lot more than it offers that person free information. They know they're not going to get free information from me, and that's not their intention. They're really just trying to figure out what it is that I'm about. So in the consulting space, for example, they'll break down their situation to me. For example, I may have reached out to them on LinkedIn or on some other social media platform, or maybe they found me on Reddit or Quora or word of mouth. Not so much word of mouth. I don't think I'm big enough yet to have a lot of word of mouth. But they're going to say, hey, look, we got this product and we're trying to advertise it and we're trying to get it to this niche population, but we're kind of worried about the clinical aspect of it and we wanted to get your input to tell us what we could do. Great. So in those 15 minutes, we're both kind of thinking through what the problem really is and what kind of solutions there might be that I could help out with. I definitely give some information out that that person could use for free, but I think they also recognize, and that's my job, is to make sure that they understand that I have more information than just that, and the information requires a certain packaging that I can deliver. So in those 15 minutes, they used my Calendly link, and they're like, okay, great, now let's set up a time where we can do like a paid consultation. Great. So now, I have the 15-minute free one that I send them, and I have about 6 or 8 different Calendly links. The next one that I send them is called my consulting link, 60 minutes paid, right? So that one is usually around, I don't know what it's at right now. I think it's at about 150. I want to say it's 150. It could be 175. But I change the prices regularly, right? You have to always increase your prices. So I send them that link. And now they book a time with me for an hour. That's paid. And the way they do that, they go on the Calendly link, they pick the date and time, and they might add other people onto the call. And they go to book it. When they go to book it, they pick something in my calendar. Now, for example, if I have a gym session at 8 p.m., they're not going to be able to book that time. And in the morning, if I write down on my personal calendar that, make breakfast and go for a walk, they're not going to be able to book then. But now there's this section in the middle between, noon and 6 p.m. that I'm completely free. So they can book at that time. I haven't figured out how to do like a premium time so that if they want to book on a weekend, I charge extra. I haven't been able to figure that out, but I would love to do that. That's big on my list. Not the weekends, I don't care about the weekends, but in certain times of the day, I really like to have that to myself, but I'm willing to forego it for extra money. So now they book the time and it says, in order to complete this booking, you have to make the payment. So it is automatically connected to my PayPal or Stripe account, and they pay the $150. Once the payment is complete, it says you are now confirmed for this appointment time. A link is sent to them, a link is sent to me. And what I have also done is I've automated, because I have so many calendar appointments and times and stuff like that, not so many, but enough that it confuses me. I don't even know what's going on in the middle of the week, and I don't look at my calendar that often. Once in the day, once in the morning. And suddenly throughout the day, I get like 3 bookings with different things. So I get an automatic email. I get an automatic text message sent to me 12 hours before an upcoming appointment, and it says, and I can edit that myself, so I know. I say, hey, yo, Mo, you got a session with this person, this is their info, this is what they want to know more about. And that's, by the way, the other great thing about Calendly. I can add questions there. Before they can book, I can have them answer 3 questions. I can get their name, their location, whatever I want. It's all different. And once they book, they will also then get an email about 12 hours before, reminding them of the appointment time. And then 1 hour before the appointment time, I get a text message saying, yo, dude, you better be available for this phone call. It might be a video call or a phone call. When you book the Calendly, it gives them the option of booking an audio, video, Zoom, Google Meet, GoToMeeting, Microsoft Meeting, anything, whatever you want to choose, you can choose. Now, what I've decided to do, because I really value my screen time, if somebody wants a video call, I double the prices. So I say this is for an audio call only. If you'd like a video call, click this link. So then they have to go to a different link. And I will say it right there, like, hey, I'm charging twice the price to be on screen with you. Believe it or not, some people, they prefer that. It's they're willing to pay me $250, $300 an hour to do video. I don't get it, but most of the time it's not even necessary, but I'm happy to accommodate them. Not always, honestly, but yeah, it's enough that it doesn't happen that often, so I'm willing to do it. So that's the consulting, that's the Calendly. I have the free link, I have the paid link. Straightforward, right? Easy. So now what do I do for heart health coaching? So when I do my heart health coaching, I am answering a lot of questions online, right? On Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn, where else? Twitter. So wherever I am and I'm answering questions, somebody eventually finds me and wants to ask me a question. So if they want to consult me, now I'm charging $500 an hour for heart health coaching. And to be honest, I'm not getting a lot of hits the way I would like. So I do think that my price is a little bit high. I'm hesitant to bring it down for many reasons, but I'm experimenting with that. So I'll probably bring it down. $500 an hour is pretty steep, and I don't really have any qualifications. I'm a family medicine doctor, but I'm not a cardiologist, and I'm not like, I don't know what else somebody might consider to be a heart health expert. I don't have a big following online, etc. So I will send that person, however they find me, once they reach out to me, or if they find me on my website, they can access the link for the 15-minute free call right away. So that one's easy to do, or I will send it to them. So now for 15 minutes, we kind of chat, what's going on, what are you trying to accomplish, blah, 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 blah. And I'm really trying to figure out if this is the right person for me. Is this the right client for me? I'm not trying to sell myself to them. I hope that is clear. Now, you will have to figure out what it is you need. So for example, if you're in your wealth accumulation phase and you have a family and you have financial responsibilities and you're trying to still build your wealth, then it is more important that you are actually selling yourself to this person to make sure that they book with you, in which case it might make sense just to offer a link where they can book right away. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not in that phase. I'm not trying to do wealth building. I don't have that desperation or need for that income right now. If I did, I definitely would have a paid link available for them as well and do the best with it. Or in that 15 minutes, I would definitely try to upsell them on my product. I'm not saying I don't do that, but I just don't do it as much because I really want to make sure the person's a right fit. And if I do think they're a right fit, I will go after them any way I can. I'm like, you should book because you get 100% money back guarantee with me. If they're interested, I immediately send them a follow-up saying that they can book. I have also automated it in the past. I turned it off right now because there was a glitch, but I've automated in the past when after I finish my 15-minute call, I immediately send them they get an email saying, if you're interested to book with me, you can do this. But I also don't want to book with some people, so the automation doesn't work quite as good for me. But I can always do that, right? I can send them a text message. I can send them an email, said, hey, if you're interested, book an hour with me. Should be really good. Sometimes during that call, somebody wants to convert. Not a problem. I'm totally happy to do that. We'll take a break. I'll send them the link. They book it, and we go on. But one thing that I've found is it's really messy to do that call and then bill them and then have to follow up with them and make sure they pay. It's too messy, so I just don't do it. I have them book. I give them the link and I end the call, and real quick we'll connect and we do that. So that's the heart health coaching. Pretty straightforward. Again, using Calendly, again using the reminders, again using the automated stuff that you can all set up in Calendly very, very easily. Now, what about my actual practice, my virtual practice? So a couple of things. So there is a software called Hint Health, and there is Acute Health and a few other EMRs and practice softwares out there that make it really easy, especially for us direct primary care doctors, to automate stuff. Meaning, I send the link to my patient, the patient books the appointment with me, they're now enrolled in my practice, they're having their monthly dues deducted, everything's done behind the scene. And Hint Health, HINT, is really good for that. And for the price, I'd say it's incredible what they're giving you. I want to say it's like $200 to $300 a month. Acute Health is much cheaper, $50, but you don't have quite as many options, but it's still really good. So the way I have done it, and this is a bit of a workaround because it's complicated with HIPAA. So the way I do it is the patient can enroll in my practice and they're going to get a monthly recurring fee that's $100, or I think it's at 100. Yes, I believe it's at 100. And or they can pay me $80, $85 an hour. I don't know, something in those range, for just a 1 hour consultation for their clinical issues. So they can do a one-time payment or they can do monthly. So they can pick, once they go to book that appointment, they have two options to pick from. They can pick one PayPal option, that's a monthly subscription to the practice, which has an initial fee of a setup fee. All of that I can put in to PayPal and it will automate it for me, or they can choose the 1 hour session. So I send them that Calendly link, they book the scheduling with me through Calendly, then they get the link to actually enroll as my patient if they're enrolling for the first time. And that link is always provided for whatever EMR that you have. It's not as clunky as it sounds. So basically, imagine I'm the patient and I go on Digital Nomad Health website and I say, yeah, I like this doctor. I saw him, he's good. He can be my doctor. Let me set up a session with him. I go to click on that link that he has provided, so Calendly link. I go on his calendar and it says, oh, okay, so I can pay $85 for a one-time session, or I can pay $100 a month every month for this session, but it includes a setup fee. Well, I'm not quite ready to sign up with him yet, but I'll pay this $80 fee. So I pay $85, I get an hour with him. Oh, wow, it says 100% refundable. Let me click it. Here's his calendar. I'm gonna pick that date. Oh, I gotta go pay the money now. Great, I go pay the money. I put in my name, my phone number, my email. Oh, here's his link. Oh, I see. Okay, so this link takes me to his actual patient portal. So I got to register again. So that's maybe the annoying part. I can't auto-populate that information, but they go and they put in their name and information. I don't get much information, honestly. Usually when I have a patient go into the portal, I do not go crazy with that because I have an hour with them. I can get all that information myself, and I'd rather get it myself. So then they go on the patient portal, they just put in their name and information just for that time to be blocked. And so I have, because I think there's some legal issues with the information that you collect. You have to collect their name and information and stuff like that, so I collect that. And then during my first visit, of course, I always confirm their location and their identity. That's also part of the law. It's on us physicians to do that, believe it or not. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Now, once they become part of the practice, of course, I do a much better job. I reach out to them and I do kind of the white glove service. Hey, this is Dr. Mo, welcome to the practice. I just wanted to welcome you and explain everything to you, how everything is. In the future, I'm going to create videos to automate that. I just don't have enough patience to really, I don't have that much volume that I would automate a lot of this stuff. But in the future, I think Calendly, the way it's growing, the way it's developing, also is going to provide a lot more opportunities for me to send individual links to them and emails and stuff like that. And hopefully at some point they're going to have some sort of HIPAA compliancy with some of that information. But yeah, that's the way I get paid. That's the way I make sure I get paid. Now, of course, this is also really helpful for me because I have a lot of presence online. When people reach out to me, I don't waste my time. They're like, I got this great thing I want to offer you. You have this client who wants to pay you a lot of money to do this. Sure, here's my link. Here's my paid link. Pay me now. I'm not going to talk to you for free and then have you offer to pay me later. Again, these are people who are, for inbound stuff, I send them my paid link. When I reach out to somebody else, I usually give them my 15-minute free link. All right, guys, I hope that's it. I hope that's helpful. That is it for me. Find me at digitalnomadphysician.com. Check me out at cardiachealthcoach.com and digitalnomadhealth.com. Take care.